notice you there. It seems to be the fashion to start sentences with "so" these days. So, here's my new tool. A 1966 Williams of Chicago pinball machine. Now, I need a pinball machine like I need a Veruca, but couldn't pass this up, and it's in working order, delivered a few weeks ago. Playfield's been cleaned, otherwise it's as it was, and I've got lots of work to do.
As you can see, it's a Western theme with the card game going on there, and that theme's continued down onto the playfield, which is in pretty good shape. Two lamps out on the left there, dodgy bulb holders. And the cabinet's been in the walls rather, it's got some scrapes, but we can touch those up. And I rather like the cubist design there for clubs, diamonds, hearts and spades. And the rifle over here. The tops of the legs are a bit rusty, and I'm sure they shouldn't be red, but I quite like the red, so perhaps we'll keep them. The apron's in good condition. There's a new instruction card and a new scorecard to tidy up the underneath there, and the cover for the plunger is pretty good. The support for the lockdown bar is pretty horrible, rusty. The paint on the playfield is generally good. The background here, that pinky colour, the wood's starting to show through, but I think we'll have to live with that. Those horses' legs can't be right, surely. The characterisation of the Western characters is pretty good, what we've come to know from films and TV. And up here is another card game. And of course the iconic Western stagecoach. Now this game has a central unit there with 3 rolling card features. There's some more wear there to the playfield, and some more there on one of the 9s, which can be touched up. And this central unit, plastic, has a broken off corner, which is fairly standard with this game. See what we can do about that. The bumper caps are basically okay. This one will need its lettering painted in. And the rubbers are not old, but they have got very grubby because of the muck that's been pushed around the playfield. The plastics generally are fine. There's some dirt on this one which will clean off, and this one's got a bit of a crack in the middle, but the dirt will shift. This one's perfect. This one is too, and also that one. And the inserts are okay. Rusty old door. Coin mech not working, but it seems to be okay. Yuck, that slam switch obviously needs sorting out. And this is interesting, just at decimalisation, 1 play for 6pence or 2.5p, 2 for a shilling or 5p, 4 for 2 shillings or 10p, and it's dated February 1971. So let's take a look inside, and it's just the grime of years accumulated. Looks reasonably tidy otherwise. And there's the bottom of that score reel arrangement, the card reel rather. And the flippers. And just dirt, lots of dirt to be cleaned out. Grime, those coils don't look too healthy. Those two will evidently need replacing in the very near future. And on the left at the top here, you can see some of the muck, flakes of old chrome and bits of solder that's going to need cleaning out. 16,978 plays. The plumb bob's missing from the tilt. That's got to go back, got to have a plumb bob, got to have a tilt, and there's some more mess there that will need cleaning off. And by this rather nasty looking coil, there's obviously a rollover switch missing, which perhaps wasn't ever there.
Okay, now, why is this wobbling around and these ones aren't? It's because under here, I'm hoping you can see this, there's a wing nut. Here we go. There's a wing nut, and there's another wing nut.
The back box generally pretty good. There's been some over excitement with the squirting of the stepper units with switch cleaner. Some of that will need cleaning off, but on the whole it's pretty tidy, and the coils seem reasonable. Now the inside of the back box behind the glass is pretty murky, and there were black rubber pads that have dissolved and messed up the corners of the artwork on the back glass. I've been scraping that away, but on the whole the back glass is pretty good. So we can see the Western theme, including this wanted gentleman next to the credit window. And the biggest problem is with the white ink, screen printing ink, which has got the usual cracks, which is somewhat unsightly, as you can see here. So we'll need to do something about that. Here again, I've got a theory it's because the white is semi-opaque and it holds the light and also the heat, which causes it to crack. But the faces are good, the characters are good. His hair's gone green from brown, as has his hat, and the gentleman there, his beard. And the lady's hair, that seems to be pretty standard. I did see one version of this game where the hair was brown, but it's mostly green. One or two little problems here. And down in that corner, the gunk on the right that I mentioned, plus this scrape there, which I hope I can do something about. And this bar at the back is rusty and very nasty, and that's where all the flakes came from, I guess, inside. Chrome flakes. Blue trousers in the middle cracking up a little. Deal with those. But I'm pretty happy with this Playfield.